Hello, everybody. It looks like I'm live. I wanted to just go over a few things connected with week one and how things are going. So I'll run through these. It was good to see a few people when I tried out that Facebook, what was it called? Room. Right. Yeah, that was good. Also want to play around with Google Meet because I know you use that with Sarah, and I've never used it, but I think you can type in that one as well, and that would have been really helpful. The Facebook one is just video. So I wanted to remind you about the way this course is set up, and hopefully it's to reduce stress on you as much as possible. So you have everything, or you will have everything that you need. I just emailed you the readings for week 2. Now I sent them all to the Oshki account, so I'm just kind of cross-checking because I've got 2 different lists. So if you did not receive that email, please message me. You can send a text to my phone if you want. The number is 705-527-2680. And I'll say that again at the end of the video if you want to write it down. So there are a couple people that I did chat with briefly tonight, and both of them are finishing up some assignments for Sarah's courses. So they haven't started the history course yet. Now, that does not need to be a stress for you because you've got everything you need. You'll have the videos, as many as I can do, and you'll have the emails with the readings. You've got the course outline. It's a matter of getting going. This is really independent learning to a large degree. So a plan would be, since there are 4 weeks in the course and 4 assignments, you want to be getting one completed each week, if at all possible, so it doesn't pile up on you. And the assignments, if you look in the course outline, I don't think they're too difficult. Oh yeah, another thing. So for each video that I post, I want you to enter a response just in the comments under the video. I'm not going to ask you anything personal. It's simple things, bits of information I need to know. And my main motive is to get a feel for how connected we are. So that takes 2-way communication, right? Though the interviews that I've got one already and another person with a similar idea, it may be hard to contact an elder to visit them. And one person said even by phone, they might have a very soft voice. So these 2 people have gone to their own family. So one has finished an interview with her mother, and another is planning to interview her father. So, you think about how honored those parents might feel when, their son or daughter comes to them as part of a university course and asks for an interview. So it could be a very special experience if it's a relative, especially. I still haven't got responses to a question from a previous video, and that was, did you get the textbook? So I would like that response if possible. So, problems. If you did not get the email that I sent to your Oshki email, would you please message me? and give me the email I need to use. I'm just cross-checking my lists and trying to make them simpler. Okay, so no email. You message me either Facebook or on my cell phone. I'll give the number again at the end. A general statement about this kind of learning. I don't know how many of you have done complete distance courses before. In this case, like I said, the assignments are as hands-on as I could make them. And just to take it one piece at a time. If you get yourself mapped out, you know, that schedule of getting one assignment done a week, if you can, that's great. And basically, you're so much on your own with this learning, but that doesn't have to be a scary thing. In the readings, I've put what I think is a pretty well-rounded story. So the first week is on sort of ancient history, right? And because the culture passed on the history, the stories orally, then the only thing we have to rely on for that ancient history is, well, perhaps traces that were left physically, you know, also the stories that have been preserved. So that's why they're there. And it's to try to give you, I don't know where you're at with your studies of history, how much you've looked at, like the creation story, the migration story from the East Coast, which has the 7 fires prophecies included in it. These things, you know, are the kind of the foundation of cultural beliefs. So you don't have to read every one. Perhaps you're already quite familiar with some of these teachings. Well, if that's the case, you know, you are in the driver's seat. You need to find what hooks you in the course. What are you interested in? You know, what do you think? Wow, that's something that I want my students to know about. So pick and choose. Okay, so if some of the readings are you're good with them, skip over them, and when you find something that really catches your interest, that's when you want to focus. The rest, if you're not too interested in it, you won't be learning much by reading it anyway. So we're trying to conserve energy in this crisis and make things as easy as we can, you know, for ourselves and for others. So you're in the driver's seat. You go through those readings and pick the ones that appeal to you and read them. And I hope, you know, by doing most of them, that's going to give you the information that you need. Okay. Okay. I have something that I wanted to ask you. You know, Susan Sider, who has been the director of the Tecumseh Center, well, she's just retired. But I guess you could say that that you, as a group, have captured her heart. Her, I mean, she dreamt of, as a young teacher, you know, teaching different races and things like that. And really the opportunity never came for her to make contact with First Nations people, Métis communities. And she's so eager to learn and to understand. And she knows she's never probably going to get to visit any of your communities because she's off the payroll now. So she asked me if I would share some student work with her. And she was thinking, especially around the COVID virus. Well, our assignments, we've got one directly on that. The interview with the elder is related to COVID. The timeline, bring it right up to COVID, because this is a historic event, right? So I want to know, I've got the wording here. So the question is, this is what you respond to, okay, at the end of the video in the comments. The question is, if I remove names, so it's anonymous, do you object if I share some work with Susan? And I would just pick ones here and there that I think it would be informative for her, but the names will be removed. So if I remove names, do you object if I share some work with Susan? I'll give you my phone number again. I guess you can always pause and rewind with when this video gets on Facebook. So you can text me at 705-527-2680. Okay, I'll post another video probably Monday for week 2, and that'll focus more on the content of week 2. This, I guess you might call housekeeping, but there's still something for you to answer at the end, please. Thanks. Have a good evening.